concretely, for those of you who are in business, which I know is this audience, it's specifically having a book can bring you those very well qualified clients and customers. And Claire shared a little bit of her experience, but I had another client who used to use her book as her primary lead generation. Sounds very salesy, doesn't it? But she would go to networking meetings. She's a business coach, still is a business coach, and she used to sell her book at these networking meetings. She had it for sale. She'd sell it, I think, for kind of £8, something like that. I shouldn't even give it away, although I do recommend in some circumstances you just give it away. She actually sold it, so somebody had to make an investment. And she would find that then people who had read her book, was a very short book on her kind of coaching process, would ring her up, and almost immediately they knew they wanted to work with her. There was no lengthy sales pitch. There was none of this kind of, well, let's have a strategy call and then let me call you back. And then, the whole process that often goes into recruiting somebody to work with us as a client. The clients would go to her as very well qualified clients. She filled her whole coaching practice that way. She runs retreats. She has a mastermind group now, all based around marketing her book through going to networking events, a really specific plan. She's probably sold less than, a dozen or 20 on Amazon. So she has a very specific method that she has used to build and now to grow her business and her own position in that space. And that's compared to another client I've worked with who has more of an online business model, and he has a book that basically sells. I spoke to him, I know a year or 2 years after he'd published his Kindle book. He only has it in Kindle. He doesn't have a physical copy, and Kathy said it's the only thing that sells every single month without me having to do any marketing. He said month in, month out, people buy my book. 60% of the people who buy his book would join his email list. And, those of you who've got an online business will understand how important it is. And then he is able to offer them, he has online programs. He also did a little bit of coaching, but all of it was generated through his email list. He didn't, physically kind of go out and connect with people at meetings. It was all through online marketing. So, a different model. He is selling his book on Amazon, but both of which are being used to build a business and to put your kind of credibility, your expertise out into the world and just connect with people. The emails you get from somebody who says, I did your course, or I read your book, it's very heartwarming.
Absolutely, it's amazing, isn't it? And I'd like to share, it fits in perfectly with what you've just said, Kathy. Something that Brendan Burchard says is that he knows New York Times best-selling authors who are broke. Absolutely penniless. So when you're looking at what your book can do for your business and how it can help you to serve more deeply, it is essential to weave into that book easy, low resistance ways for your customers to connect with you and to get onto your email list. You'll know what you want to write about. There might be bonuses. There might be an audiobook version. Give them some kind of incentive. Repeat it at regular points through the book, because otherwise you've got no means of capturing connecting with them. It doesn't matter how brilliant your book is. Only 1 in 100 readers is going to proactively come and find your website and get to your newsletter. Make it easy for them to connect. And when you're thinking about your book, make it part of your business strategy. As Kathy's just described, 2 beautiful examples done in different ways that give the readers who feel passionate about wanting to find out more an easy and logical next step.